Hey guys, my name is Noah, and for my how-to demonstration this evening, I'd like to show you guys how to tie a fishing knot. I know everyone probably knows someone, or a grandfather or father maybe, who really enjoyed fishing, but I know how intimidating it can be to try to learn knots, or you get handed a big tackle box and you just have no idea how to rig anything up, and it makes it frustrating. So I'd like to kind of walk us through that. I've laid out some different options, some common ones that might be used in different jigs or line setups. For example, here's a lure that you would use to try to catch a bass. It's imitating a crawdad swimming away. This lure that we'll actually be tying on today is just a spinning blade, and I've caught a lot of high country trout with this. Other things that you'd be common to see are things like inline little triangle weights or these little clip-on weights. Also, if you were fishing with power bait or some kind of egg, you would just use a little treble hook like this. So there's no shortage of different hardware, which was called tackle, and different setups, and it'd be a really long video to try to cover everything. But for tying today specifically, we're going to be using this blade. We're going to be using a knife. We're going to be using 8-pound smooth casting line. For my example here that's finished, we have a swivel that's tied to a leader. A leader is just a section of fishing line that takes the bait away from the swivel. That's then tied on right to this little smaller blade. So the knot that we're going to be learning today is the Palomar knot. It can be used on a bunch of different lures, and it's super simple and easy to use. It's also a self-tightening blade knot, so it should be pretty strong unless you get caught up in weeds. So your first step in tying a Palomar knot is you want to double the line up so that you have an end loop, a closed loop on one end. You then want to take your lure and get your eye of the swivel, or you could tie it directly onto the blade. And you want to double up and push that right through the eye of the swivel. It can be a little tricky. But once you've tied that up, you should have your closed loop on one end. Give that a couple inches there, 4 or 5. Then you should have your tag line, which is the line that's cut, and then the longer piece of leader line. Then you just want to make a circle and start to do a quick overhand knot, which you just cross once, bring it under, and bring it through. And you're already almost done. The last step is to now take your closed loop that we put through the eye, pull whatever bait, lure, or tackle you have. It's caught up on this hook. Go ahead and pull that through that line, and then you'll want to get some spit on it, and then you just go ahead and pull tight and pull slow, and it helps to kind of watch and make sure you don't get caught up on the swivel. And then just keep pulling until you have no more slack in there, and then your line's tight and tied. And then you'll now take your tag line. We were pretty generous, so you should have quite a bit. And then we'll just cut that at I leave just under 1/2 inch on. So there's our now finished product, ready to go catch trout with. Thank you.